So the first thing that we're going to talk about is Bill Gates and his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. This really is not, at this point, much of a conspiracy theory. Like, it's probably true, although Bill Gates denies it to this day. But there's a lot of weird shit in regards to Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein that came out in the most recent dump of Epstein files, which we have many examples of people who claimed they stopped being friends with Epstein in 2008 when he was convicted of SAing a 14-year-old girl. There have been many people who said that their friendship with him stopped at that point. But the thing is, that was only their friendship with him publicly, because now, thanks to these emails, we have proof that these people were still friends with him. Former Prince Andrew, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, we'll get to it, because I feel like, the sitting president being involved is gotta be lower on the iceberg scale, So now it's been publicly confirmed that Bill Gates has met with Jeffrey Epstein multiple times after Epstein's 2008 plea deal. Bill Gates has now acknowledged those meetings. He says that he regrets them and he regrets ever being friends with him, etc. But again, it's obviously just suspicious. And Melinda Gates, Bill Gates' ex-wife, has talked a lot about this and said that she was always very uncomfortable with Epstein. And now we have emails that kind of verify a couple things and lead us to a couple more conspiracy theories regarding Bill Gates that are pretty dark. So Jeffrey Epstein wrote 2 emails to himself on July 18th of 2013 that reveal a lot about Bill Gates. You then implore me to please delete the emails regarding your STD, your request that I provide you antibiotic that you can give to Melinda, and the description of your... He also writes, from helping Bill to get drugs in order to deal with consequences of sex with Russian girls, to facilitating his illicit trysts with married women, to being asked to provide Adderall. And again, these are all just things that Epstein was writing for some reason to himself. It seems like Epstein was maybe trying to form blackmail against Bill Gates. Bill Gates claims that all of these allegations are not true and that he was not involved with any crimes and that he didn't know about any crimes, even though we kind of know that's not true because everyone knew about his crimes after 2008. So the next level on the conspiracy iceberg I want to talk about, again, has to do with the picture of Bill Clinton in a blue dress and the Bush 9/11 little Jenga paintings that Jeffrey Epstein had. I find this to be very, very interesting. For one, obviously, there has been a running conspiracy theory forever that Bush did 9/11 and Bush was involved with 9/11 in some way. And obviously, even though Jeffrey Epstein and Bush seem to have been on good terms, Jeffrey Epstein donated to Bush's campaign, it seems like he was kind of poking fun at this conspiracy theory. Now, the question remains, was he saying this conspiracy theory is obviously true and I believe it because I know it's true? Because he obviously has different connections where he would probably knows things about 9/11 and different conspiracy theories that we don't know. Or was he just kind of poking fun at the fact that it's conspiracy theory overall? I guess that's left up to interpretation. But I want to talk about the Bill Clinton one in specific because the picture of Bill Clinton is him wearing a blue dress. It's obviously supposed to be mocking the blue dress in reference to the Monica Lewinsky scandal. So the painting is obviously not random. But what gets me about Jeffrey Epstein owning this painting is that it's been clear that Jeffrey Epstein was friends with the Clintons. So why would he own a painting like this? I don't really think he had actual friends. He just had associates and people that he did terrible things with, which honestly we're going to find out more because Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are allegedly testifying at the end of February, so we will update at that point. But what's interesting here, and I think it pertains again to Trump's relationship with Epstein, is they'll kind of act like they had this huge falling out in 2008 and never talked again after that because Epstein was a creep. And the reason that the whole Bill Clinton picture kind of corroborates it is it seems like these people are frenemy vibes, Even though they were clearly friends and probably doing some of the same horrific things, that showing that did not give any loyalty about Bill Clinton to Jeffrey Epstein, and that he was still willing to have this painting that clearly mocked him, I think is significant when it comes to something like this, because I feel like the whole concept of whether or not Trump and Epstein remained friends after his 2008 conviction is such a big conspiracy theory, but I do think it's a little more nuanced than that. Even though Bill Clinton and Epstein were clearly friends, he still had this painting of him literally mocking him. Was it used as blackmail? Was it just a joke? I don't know. Obviously we don't know, but either way, it just shows the kind of dynamic that they had. And I feel like the vibes could have been similar between Trump and Epstein, just based on everything we know, because Trump changes his story every 2 seconds about why they stopped being friends. First, it's because he hit on a young girl at Mar-a-Lago. Then it's because they had some Palm Beach oceanfront property that they both wanted. And then most recently, it's because Jeffrey Epstein poached Virginia Giuffre from Mar-a-Lago, and he didn't like that, which doesn't really make sense because that happened in 2000, and in 2002, that was when Trump said that Jeffrey Epstein was a terrific guy. So I don't know. So to me, it would make sense if Epstein and Trump kind of had this like frenemy situation and friendship. And I think based on all of the emails that exist after 2008 about Donald Trump, it kind of adds up that they were clearly still at least in contact. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say they were freaking besties at that point, but it seems like really anything could have caused a falling out between them. And also, it doesn't necessarily mean the falling out made them stop talking or being friends or committing crimes together at the end of the day. That is it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and subscribe for new videos every week. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.